Jimmy Page, reflecting on Led Zeppelin's history, has finally opened up about the challenges, chaos, and unexpected struggles behind some of the band's most iconic moments, including the notorious Live Aid performance of 1985, a show often remembered as disastrous, where preparation was minimal and nerves were sky-high. Page recalls stepping on stage alongside Phil Collins and two drummers who had never played with each other before, and neither of them knew the songs, while rehearsals were shockingly short, barely an hour or two to coordinate for one of the biggest global audiences imaginable. He vividly remembers the moment captured on footage, seeing on his own face the realization of impending failure, describing it as a death nail, a split second where every note, every rhythm, and every glance carried the weight of potential disaster. The chaos wasn't due to lack of talent. Each member had been immersed in different projects. John Paul Jones and Robert Plant had been focusing on solo work, Page was working with Paul Rodgers in the firm, and Robert Plant himself was pursuing various solo ventures, so the cohesion that defined Led Zeppelin's performances simply wasn't there. The delays on stage ran hours long, stretching the band's patience and energy, leaving them exhausted and anxious as they finally went on in front of a massive, expectant audience, with Page admitting he was more than just a little nervous. Looking back, Page calls the performance appalling and emphasizes that such a disaster highlighted why any meaningful Zeppelin reunion required meticulous preparation, dedication, and deep familiarity with the material. Despite the chaos of Live Aid, Page stresses that working with Robert Plant and John Paul Jones in the studio or on stage today remains deeply satisfying, a testament to decades-long trust and a shared musical language that survives even without formal reunions or new albums. He explains that the bond they share is built on mutual respect, far removed from the volatility of their early years, and that collaboration with Plant is effortless, productive, and still carries the energy and spontaneity that fans remember from the band's heyday. Page recalls the Celebration Day concert at the O2 Arena, where he reunited with Plant, Jones, and Jason Bonham, son of the late drummer John Bonham, as a careful homage to the band's legacy. The planning for the show was deliberate. Every rehearsal served to reconnect the musicians, ensure chemistry, and allow improvisation while maintaining the integrity of Zeppelin's iconic sound. The fan response was unprecedented, with tens of millions applying for tickets and online systems overwhelmed, demonstrating the enduring passion for the band even after decades. Page highlights how crucial it was for Jason Bonham to feel fully integrated into the performance rather than just a novelty, preserving the heartbeat of Zeppelin's music while passing the torch to the next generation. Each rehearsal brought excitement and rediscovery, reinforcing the unique, almost mystical connection between the band members and proving why Zeppelin's live performances were always more than just music. They were an experience built on intuition, trust, and the thrill of spontaneity. Page contrasts the rushed, stressful experience of Live Aid with the deliberate, affectionate preparation for Celebration Day, noting that preparation and rehearsal are essential for performing complex material, especially with multiple drummers and an audience of millions. He reflects on the endless possibilities for collaboration in the future, while acknowledging that current solo tours and projects naturally take precedence. Yet he emphasizes that any return must respect the legacy, musical standards, and authenticity that Led Zeppelin represents. The chemistry between Page and Plant, he notes, remains as electrifying as ever, whether in the studio or on stage, and their shared history, countless compositions, and legendary live performances continue to resonate with fans. Page explains that even after decades of separate paths, their ability to improvise, adapt, and communicate musically ensures that any performance is a living testament to Zeppelin's enduring artistry. He describes the anticipation of standing on stage with Plant and Jones as a thrill unlike any solo project, where each note, riff, and drumbeat carries history, emotion, and the spirit of a band that changed rock music forever. The Celebration Day concert not only demonstrated that the surviving members could still perform as a unit, but also provided closure, joy, and an authentic celebration of Led Zeppelin's music, showing that even after years, the magic remains when preparation, respect, and love for the music converge. Page concludes that while there are no formal plans for a full-scale reunion, the potential remains, because the bond, experience, and musical intuition among the members are timeless, and any future collaboration will be guided by the same care, dedication, and passion that have defined Led Zeppelin's extraordinary journey.